Hello, everyone. John Bruna here with the Daily Quote. Such a joy to be able to record wherever I'm at. Currently, I'm away at a retreat center up in Crestone, Colorado, hence the beautiful background. This is something I'm popping up since I'm actually in a little, uh, just a little tiny office with not much of a background. Really beautiful environment I do get to stay in, though, and really grateful to have some time for reflection and to really recharge. All right, let's go ahead and get to today's quote. I think it's pertinent for our current times. I've always believed and still believe that whatever good or bad fortune may come our way, we can always give it meaning and transform it into something of value. That's from Hermann Hesse. I think really fundamental wisdom. Right now, we're in some difficult times. There's a lot of uncertainty, there's a lot of struggle, there's a lot of division. Whatever good or bad fortune may come our way, we have the ability, we have the ability to learn from it, to grow from it, to transform it into something of value. A lot of our personal growth actually comes from difficulty. If we look at our lives, it's through the hardships, the challenges, the ups and downs of life that we've developed our inner resources, our strength, our capacity to overcome. I was looking earlier at Helen Keller quotes. She's such a symbol of resiliency. And she points out the world is full of suffering and it's also full of overcoming. We often forget this and can really feel hopeless and powerless at times. But actually, when we look at the life that we have, the things that have shaped who we are, things that we find truly meaningful, it's not really the event itself, it's how we engage with the event, what we learn from the event. I remember losing a loved one a long time ago, someone who really inspired me, a role model, a mentor, and I was shattered. I was really shattered. I was actually at a viewing and just sitting with his body and broke up in tears and just, yeah, full of grief. And what struck me at that moment, what gave me some strength was that I promised to him to have just a fraction of his ability to, well, he had a great sense of humor. I wanted to be able to have some of his humor and resiliency, some of the wisdom that he had taught and shown through how he lived. I wanted to embody just a little bit of that, and that if I could do that, my life would be worthwhile. And in a difficult moment, in a time like that, the meaning I drew from it was to know that he could live on through me, some of his wisdom, some of his joy, and some of his capacity to overcome. And just like that, transforming a difficult event into what brings meaning to it, what brings purpose. Our life, if we want genuine happiness and well-being, well, it's about purpose. So everything that's happening today, whether we're having some good fortune or some difficult times or somewhere in between, and most of us probably quite a bit in between, is a day that comes only once, and activities that are always providing us an opportunity to grow, to develop ourselves, to be helpful to others. And life is always full of ups and downs. This is a moment in time. And when we look at history, I used to be a history teacher, the ebb and flow of the different powers that be in government and in politics and in the economies and war, well, they've all had their ups and downs. They've had difficult times. They've also had incredible heroes that show up day to day. And I'm not just talking about the ones we know about. I'm talking about the heroes that show up and help their neighbors out, that make sure that the kids are fed and have to work two jobs. My mom had, the ability to feed 9 kids when my dad died and go to school and take a bus to work. The heroes are available and around us all the time. And we have the capacity each and every day to discover how we can be helpful. And as the quote says, we can bring meaning and purpose to whatever comes our way each and every day, whether it seems incredibly difficult or can be joyful. And technically, it's generally a lot easier to transform the difficult into the meaning and purpose. And it takes some skill, some real skill to bring that depth of gratitude and meaning to the real joyful events. But it's worth it. And so today, as I was going through the quotes, I just wanted to remind everyone that whatever our current state of mind, you are resilient. You have incredible capacity. And everything that is happening is an opportunity to grow. And it may not feel good in the moment, but the reward of showing up for it is immeasurable to yourself and to others. And that the real heroes of difficult times are found in how we treat each other, how we show up for each other. Yeah, I'm grateful for the good that you bring to the world. We can all use it. Let's be heroes today.